I'm too short. They can't hear me.
Hello, and welcome to Popcorn News. Something to watch while you eat popcorn. Do not try to comprehend it all. Nay, just eat the popcorn. Some days are slow in the news, and in these times like that, you just can look into the past for something of note. This is found in the Malleus Maleficarum, also called the Witch's Hammer. Malleus Maleficarum, I've had a couple semesters in college of Latin, but I'm not an expert. But to me, it seems like it's more like it means the hammer of evil.
Malleus Maleficarum. It was written by a witch, the first witch, Catania.
Who are they?
Those that would stop you.
But they usually say, well, it's the witch's hammer. But to me, Malleus Maleficarum would be more the hammer of evil. It was used as a guidebook to determine who was a witch, how you could tell. And in this edition, the Dover edition, there's two introductions. A 1948 introduction by Montague Summers, and it might be pronounced Montague Summers, I'm not sure. And also an introduction to the 1928 edition, also by Montague Summers or Montague Summers. And well, let's call him Montague Summers. Montague Summers was eccentric, let's say, okay? And yet, his books are interesting. And because he thinks there really were witches, that it was not entirely people's imagination. And yes, there were a lot of abuses, but there was also some real witches hanging around. So from the 1948 edition introduction by Montague Summers, the introduction to the Malleus Maleficarum, the Hammer of Evil, we see some interesting things. Witchcraft was inextricably mixed with politics. Matthew Paris tells us how in 1232 the Chief Justice Hubert de Burgh, Earl of Kent, Shakespeare's gentle Hubert in King John, was, among other crimes, accused of having won the favor of Henry III through charms and incantations. In 1324, a terrific scandal at Coventry when it was discovered that a number of the richest and most influential burghers of the town had long been consulting with Master John, a professional necromancer, and paying him large sums to bring about by his arts the death of Edward II and several nobles of the court. Then there was the great conspiracy of 1590 organized by the Earl of Bothwell. And of course there is also the ominous and terrible figure of Catherine La Voison, professional seeress, fortune teller, herbalist, beauty specialists were caught in the meshes of the law. No less than 11 volumes of Francois Ravaisson's huge work, Archives de la Bastille, are occupied with this evil crew and their doings, their sorceries, and their poisonings. There existed, not only in France, but elsewhere, complete organizations of witches who were immensely wealthy, of almost infinite potentialities, most cleverly captained, with centers and cells in every district, utilizing an espionage in every land, with high-placed adherents at court, with humble servitors in the cottage. The organization, Witchcraft, maintained a relentless and ruthless war against the prevailing order and settled state. No design was too treacherous. No betrayal was too cowardly. No blackmail too base and foul. And so here we see the early state of feminism back around 1550 AD. It was by no means all medieval credulity and ignorance and superstition. There were facts, hard facts, which could neither have been accidents nor motiveless, and these facts must be accounted for and elucidated.